banning out anything targeted just yet. These are extremely powerful picks in the current meta. A lot of the competitive teams out there actually draft, or maybe if Mathilda is left open, or Natalia, even Natalia never gets open across that.
Never.
But you know, we did see Mathildas yesterday,
The
so
Mathilda tanks, the off-tank Mathildas, and those were crazy. I'll be straight with you, and it's not gonna be any different for sure. Lusty, most likely Lusty is gonna be the one to pick this up. The fun thing about Bren Esports is they also can flex.
Yeah.
Few can use it, Rebo can use it, and that's also what makes this team just so scary.
yeah, that's the beauty of having players that have a shared hero pool. Apart from having a unique or a vast hero pool, having a shared hero pool just gives them the opportunity to flex out picks and just have more freedom inside the draft. And we were talking
Okay.
about the Mathilda. It's already locked in by Bren Esports. And for Onic PH, looks like they're hovering over this Paquito. Let's see what else are they going to pick for their first rotation picks here. Gotta say, though, this Paquito, I'm liking it. Together with the Cho, they're both good frontliners and allows the team, or allows Onic to have a lot of flashy plays. But speaking of flashy plays, Rockhart, this is a Benedetta
quick
coming
answer,
in
yeah.
from Bren Esports.
So two of the best fighters being picked up by Onic PH can also be flexed into mid lane support tanks. And on the other side, Bren Esports just getting a lot of powerful picks coming into first rotation.
Yeah.
Benedetta very rarely gets left alone here.
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering what Onic PH is thinking about this, leaving Benedetta in the hands of Bren Esports.
Well, Benedetta did get a few nerfs out there, but I have to say that he still looks quite powerful.
Yeah.
Looking at how Next Play won their first game in that best-of-3 series early on this day.
Briodo actually did not have a fun time in that Benedetta game. Actually, we did see it drafted out, and it did give them advantages to some extent. Same with the Sylvana, right?
Yeah. And speaking of Sylvana, that's the special support that we always see to lock down a lot of mages or lock down a lot of immobile carries out there. So I really like Sylvana picks in general. But now that we do see a Mathilda and a Sylvana on the side of Bren Esports, I feel like it's going to affect the draft of Onic PH a little bit. Now they can't draft very mobile mages or immobile heroes in general.
That's true. And again, esports poses here for Bren Esports. They look comfy, don't they? Like they're saying here, again, Sylvana kind of closes out some possibilities of mobility for Onic PH. It deals with Paquito. It deals with the Cho as well. And I have to say, this is going to be such a good second phase draft for Bren Esports because they got a lot of things that they wanted. Chang'e kind of throws a wrench in the works, right? It's something you didn't expect, really. You don't really expect Chang'e on first rotation.
Yeah, and when we do see a Chang'e in first rotation, it kinda, I feel like at this point, Onic PH doesn't want to reveal a few key aspects of their draft for now that they're sacrificing or maybe just compensating by getting that Chang'e early instead of locking in what they want immediately. We might be in with a surprise here coming in from Onic PH, considering that the Chang'e, as you said, is quite odd given that it's picked already in the first rotation. But entering the second banning phase, though, we are seeing, again, quite the standard bans coming in from both teams, with a Yi Sun-shin ban from Bren Esports, and for Onic PH, they're going to ban out an Alice, which is one of the most picked heroes so far in our 2 days of MPL.
That's right. Almost every team has that Alice as an anchor on the gold lane so that they don't get away. They have some sort of an insurance policy in the late game, and it works very well. It's more likely hitting than missing. More than 70% probably so far. And right now, though, Uranus is surprisingly banned out by Bren Esports, although Rebo does love that hero, man. Rebo loves himself some Uranus. It's weird to say that, but Hate also is one of the guys that...
that was quite a delayed response. I was actually fixing my suit a little bit over there, but going back...
that doesn't mean anything. Don't worry. No meaning whatsoever. So, going back into this one, what I was about to say is Hate, he's one of the most flexible, one of the most powerful carries that we've seen. Although in the past seasons, he didn't really look like he was on the right team. it felt like he was carrying well, but the rest of the team couldn't keep up. Now, is Hate gonna have a fun time here in Onic PH? What do you think?
Well, for Onic PH, as we talked about earlier, they're still rebuilding, and this game will be the answer to a lot of questions that they have. Scrimmages, they matter, yes. The practice games, they matter. And the data that they get out of those practice matches are actually okay in terms of building it outside of the game. But when regular season happens, when games like this happen, this is the real answer to their existing problem. If Onic PH loses this game, maybe this is quite understandable. They're up against the world champions. But if a problem persists up until the next few days that they do have games, then that's where you begin asking new questions. And for Onic PH, it's all about solutions, questions, because they are in this phase where they're queenless. They want to rebuild, but going back to
that
this...
hurts. Actually, that kind of hurts. If you're like a long-time Onic fan, to hear them queenless, it kind of hurts. And that's something that's on the back of the mind of every Onic PH fan, to be honest.
But going back to the draft, Rockhart, I think Bren Esports finally have their full sheet of heroes here.
Yeah.
A lot of range, a lot of damage, as you said. Beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's like a real championship lineup that we see here in Bren Esports. Not just world champions, but also the Philippine champions. It's a tough hill to climb here for Onic PH. So I'm looking forward to whether or not they can control this. Yaknu back on the obviously the Khalid. Now, I don't want to do any predictions, but who do you think came out on top there on that draft?
On that draft, I feel like Bren Esports really got that win on the draft, mainly because of that Farsa pick that it was the cherry on top for them. They already had a lot of lockdown. They already had a lot of good things happening around their draft, but capping it off with that Farsa was indeed the cherry on top for me, giving Bren Esports the win in that draft.
There we go, and we are headed into the game here. Bren Esports versus Onic PH. We're week 1, day 2, and again, we are playing into the game. And once more, of course, MPL Philippines Season 7 is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. Heading straight to the fight, we got Jay soaking up a lot of damage on the mid lane. You also see a little bit of an engage here for Lusty, trying to go for a bit of harassment before they can take that buff. And again, big fight here happening. Hate doesn't really want to go for the engage, does he?
Yeah, I feel like Bren Esports here just trying to go with an aggressive play early on, but still trying to maintain a safe distance. It was quite effective, but Onic PH still got what they wanted out of that fight, and now we're seeing quite the rotation coming in from Lusty. We'll meet Chang in that bush, though. Lusty might be in trouble, but he already knows that he has his escape with that rune out there.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, man. Lusty... give him a hero that can do some good damage. He is going to come away with the game. And so far, even at level 1, doing quite a good amount of roaming and giving a lot of information over to Bren Esports.
Yeah, and information is king here. Jay, though, will find Lusty. Might be in a 2v1 situation, but Lusty has always been quite calculated in moving around the map. And this roaming and information gathering for Bren Esports, the question remaining is, what will they do with that information?
That's a good one. So far, I feel like what Bren Esports is doing is just they're taking it a little bit slower here, knowing that they kind of have to buy some time here for Carl TZ to get activated on the Benedetta, who is actually currently double buffed here. So he's going to be able to take some resources away from the Onic jungle here. But Jay, he's still got some good idea of what's happening on the map, though.
Yeah, but looks like Bren will start the turtle here. Will they secure it with a retribution? I think they will.
Yep.
This is a fight.
That's a big one. Carl TZ with a turtle buff. That is so scary. First blood over the flap with the brother coming in close here. He's very low, but does it matter? Apparently it does. Kyrie with the kill of his own. Carl TZ, he's not done. He's got the turtle. He's got the buffs, and he's going to go with the kills.
Man, the sword intent coming in huge for Carl TZ, repositioning, getting kills, getting what he wants in that fight. That gives Bren 3 kills plus the turtle. Might be a 2v1 here. Onic J.
Look at that, man. Just beautifully done. I feel like Carl TZ is a great guy to put on the Vendetta. High skill cap in the hands of a very young, very talented, very aggressive player. usually will net you good results.
Yeah, and Carl Tizzy, reigning finals MVP for both national and international championships of Bren Esports, and a high skill cap hero such as the Benedetta, as you said, would yield to a lot of good results here. But in the top lane, Iaknu might find trouble in a 2v1.
Yeah, that could be bad, but so far I feel like Iaknu is one of those veteran Khalid players, so he's not going to go for it unless they know they can get something in return. However, Hate, of course, is not in any position to go for the fight as well, knowing that Lusty is not really showing himself on the map. So he's not really sure if he can go for the engagement or not.
Yeah, and he will be safe for now, but we are seeing at least 3 members from Bren Esports hovering towards the top side, and we're seeing Jay responding as well. This might be a possible 2v3, but looks like Iaknu will be clearing out the minions first, which is a good indicator that he knows how to stay safe underneath that turret.
He absolutely knows what he's doing, and he is just gonna have to buckle down. He's gonna have to strap in. It's gonna be a long ride. Carl TZ with the turtle buff really is a really scary guy to deal with on the map, man.
Yeah.
It's like, where are you even gonna go? So.
But look at this, though. Feel like this is quite the aggressive maneuver coming in from Bren Esports. This might be a full-on fight here. The turtle not yet started.
Oh boy, it's gonna be big. We got one big kill for Flap TC. Can there be more? Again, they're swapping positions so fast. I didn't even know what happened in that exchange. Turtle is back on the field. Iaknu engages with the Sandstorm, but not really hitting anyone. And that's going to be the disengage for both of our teams. And I have to say, Onic, they are reacting so hard to whatever Bren is doing on the map.
Yeah, Bren Esports dictating the tempo right now. 5 minutes inside the game, and another turtle goes down to Bren Esports, and we're seeing a roughly 3K gold lead for the side of the reigning world champions. Rather, we're not seeing turrets going down just yet, but for the objectives existing, such as the turtle, Bren Esports already have at least a 2-turtle lead against Onic PH here, which might be huge if you're talking about the mid-game power spike.
It really is. I feel like this is something that Bren Esports just really loves to come out on top with. And you know what? They're happy with where they are, I think. At this point, 4-1, that's not a big deal so far for Onic PH. They can hold on for dear life, but they will get dove in anyway by Bren Esports. We got some pretty big engages. Carl TZ happy with the turtle buff. Look at the aggression that he's showing right now. Iaknu, again, very veteran on the Khalid already, just gums out with his life.
Yeah, but off cam though, Lusty did fall down to the Chang'e, and Chang'e getting that 1 kill, he makes him go 2-0 already. That's a lot of gold going towards the Chang'e. Might be enough though. 2v2 here in the top side.
It's a big 2v2. Jay again controlling that very, very well. Rebo with the feather airstrike as usual. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, still playing very well. And Kyrie with a fadeaway there. Oh, man.
Kyrie was a little bit too aggressive there in the mid lane. Must have been his confidence. He was 2-0 when he tried that play, and now he's 2-1. But speaking of 2-1, there's a 2v1 here at the bottom side.
Look at this guy, D-Lar. He's going nuts here right now on the Bakito. A little bit more, and that could have been a lot of deaths for Bren Esports. But so far, Bren respecting the opposition very well here. And this is a good sign for Onic. At least they have some fight in them, despite being down 3,000 gold in the game.
Yeah, and for Bren Esports, Flap TZ and Carl TZ, the TZ brothers, doing well with both bragging that 2-0-2 scoreline as they try to take down this 3rd turtle of the game. Will they be able to zone out Onic PH here? We do see Iaknu just hovering over the corner. Will the steal happen?
That's very unlikely. 3rd turtle of the game going over to the Prodigy, to Carl TZ. But of course, will be traded with a tower real quick by Onic on the bot side.
Well,
now, that's going to mean that more control is going to go over to Bren, but can there be more?
Yeah, one turret for each team here. The top side for Bren Esports, for Onic PH, they did get that bottom side. Might be good for them if ever they try to take down the door, but they're trying to take down each other.
That is big. Flap TZ again with a kill on the Kyrie. That's 2 for this guy. And they are falling apart real quickly here in the mid lane. Iaknu very low as well. Activates a quick sand guard to get back up in. They can defend, But so far, the pressure is real coming from Bren Esports.
Yeah, the pressure is real coming in from Bren Esports as they've been pressuring
They're in the
Onic
jungle
PH.
right now.
Everything inside the map is just working out for Bren Esports. Onic PH has been responding left and right to Bren Esports, but not really taking their own objectives, which is a big indicator where Onic PH, they need to make their own plays and not just adjust and readjust over to the next place of Bren Esports.
And to be fair, they are trying to buy time for Hate to get activated on the Roger. With the Windtalker on, maybe they want to go for more fights, but so far Lusty and Rebo has been so proactive in activating the fights. Few on the Sylvana. This is the perfect guy to hold this hero. Good control each and every time he goes into a fight. We might see a big one here under the turret. We got 3 members of Onic in with a great way of the Dragon in. Few will be able to comedic lance out of there with a Spiral Strangling. He will take on Dilar.
Oh my god, the execution coming in from Bren Esports is super clean. It feels like they didn't even take a break in the off season. They're as in form in their world championship here. And looks like the Lord will be spawning and they'll be taking the turret in the mid lane for now. Bren Esports looking to take down Onic PH.
Gotta go for the Ragey Sandstorm away, playing defensively as Onic PH is. Electro Final Blow zones out those minions. And Carl TZ, still very much hungry for blood, is very low though, will be forced to back off. And again, as you said, we got the Lord spawned up. This should be an easy take for Bren, if only they had health. So far right now, Onic is a lot more healthy, so they can go for fights if they wanted to. But again, the confidence of Bren Esports, just something that kind of takes you by surprise sometimes.
Yeah, and not just the confidence, the map control as well. I feel like their confidence is reflecting on the control that they have inside this map. We are seeing from bot lane, top lane, mid lane, whatever lane you're talking about, it's just pushing towards the favor of Bren Esports. And map control is key to winning games. When you control the map, you get more resources, you get more gold. As you can see on our graph out there, it's always been in the hands and Bren. It only grows as they control the map even further. But in the bottom side, Sylvana try to escape. Let's go back to the top side. The turret will fall down to Bren Esports, and we're looking at a 5k gold lead.
That's a big one. And again, Few will get taken out without any answer for Bren Esports, except for Lusty going in for Kyrie. Will be damaged up right really heavily. Flickers out just for the defense. You go with the meteor shower. Oh, that's a lot of damage. It really does hurt. Carl TZ goes for chase. That's Hate with a 1v1. It's a 1v3 actually. And everyone from Bren is just not in position to back up Carl TZ. Again, there you go. Flap TZ tries to go for the backup. Reggie Sandstorm to force a fight, but Flap TZ, he is just nowhere to go for safety. And Hate, he gets a kill. That's free down for Bren Esports.
Oh no, Jay might be in trouble here, but looks like Rebo won't get the kill. Onic PH starts the Lord, and this might be used. They're low on HP. Feathered Airstrike.
Very, very low with a Feathered Airstrike. Imperial Justice locks down Hate. He can't do anything except like and bounce in, and he takes out Few. Can there be more? 2 members of Onic PH. Very, very low. Kyrie, no man as well to go for the fight. Lusty with, of course, the soaring eagle there, or the circling eagle, will be able to dive in, but that should be the end. Onic PH, they don't want anything to do with this one right now with Rebo and Lusty. What a scary combination.
Just when you thought Onic PH choked out Bren Esports, gave them a taste of their own medicine with the pressure, Rebo comes in, gets a few not pickoffs, but actual damage around the Lord area. They immediately respected it, and that was an instant recovery coming in from Bren Esports, and that's how you look at our reigning champions. The instant recovery from a bad play. Onic PH could have taken control of this game if they got that Lord, but at the end of the day, Rebo was more than enough. The play, the damage, it was more than enough to just take them out before the Lord was even taken.
That was a great in-game, that's basically in-game game sense, right?
Yeah.
That is just knowing where and when you're needed, and they wrapped it up really nicely.
Yeah,
now, we're gonna have to wait and see. The Goldie is not that big, mind you. So we're at around 4k at 12 minutes. That's not that big. Yakno, though, will be caught out here.
Oh, no.
Ragey Sandstorm locks 2 of them down.
Oh, no.
With the Meteor Shower, there's good damage, but Flap TZ, he is so tanky. Electro Final Blow will enable Carl TZ to get out of there right in time. But look, they're not done. They want to overheat. He is very, very low and gets taken out. That's a double kill for the Benedetta. And Lusty, he wants more. He wants blood. Kyrie will get hit on, and as well as Jay. Very low. Good damage out for Bren Esports, and still Onic PH. They're not giving the game out just yet.
Yeah, and just when you thought Onic PH is back in this game, looks like they're gonna pull off a play here.
That's a big one. Oh my gosh, though. The meteor shower not really hitting the mark, but it does enough. That's a two-man stun here for Delar. The damage from Electo final blow is real. Circle Eagle at the backside puts Kyrie very, very low. Cannot help his teammates. Jay is there.
Oh, no.
He's left all alone. That's 2 for none for Onic PH. Will also have to fall back. And
no.
now Bren Esports, they are mad.
Yeah, they got the engage that they want. Onic PH got a good engage. We have to admit that was the correct play. But the execution afterwards wasn't that good. And Bren Esports picking up 2 kills, and this might be just more for them.
That's a lot more. Hate gets a kill, takes out few, but will not be enough. The rest of the members are still alive here. That's 4 down for Onic. Only Yaknu's up on the field. He's a little bit far off, but the Lord is only around half. We also have some very, very low HP members from Bren here, so I don't think they're going to be able to completely pull it off, but looks like because Yaknu backed off, they will be able to take the Lord.
Yeah. And actually good item pickups coming in from Bren Esports here. Looks like they're gonna have this certain power spike for the next fight. And this is a fight that will happen with the Lord hanging around in the top side as well for Bren Esports. They might be able to close this game out or at least clear out several turrets in one big push. But for Onic PH, they do have the resources to defend. As you said earlier, the gold lead wasn't big, but that was around 4K during that time. After 2 minutes, literally just 2 minutes, we're looking at a way different story with around 7K gold lead.
Exactly. Again, they just want to keep fighting. They know they're at advantage. Feather Airstrike puts him low. And, of course, the bravest fighter from Flap TZ will be very, very happy to dish out the damage. Half HP. It's not a problem. Lord is on the top. It's going to charge in. It takes out the turret as well as the mid lane. Could be another big push. One big fight here. Jay will be able to dodge out the kinetic lance, but will be enough? I don't think so, and that should be it.
Look at the damage coming in from Carl TZ. The Lord is just there. This is a Luminous Lord. They kill them all, and that's game 1 going to Bren Esports.
Very quick and precise.